I mean, financial services is just alive with innovation and huge valuations. I mean, billions of dollars for little card reader functionality. I mean, how do you you know? Um, I mean, you're at a venerated institution, and venerated institutions. I used to work for one, Harvard. And there's an old joke in academia. There's a faculty member. There's a faculty meeting. And he was so frustrated with the speed of decisions, he decided to commit suicide. So he went out and stood in front of a glacier. That was before global warming, right? So anyway, the so how do you manage that? I mean, it must be, as my friend Per Monk would say, you've got one foot in the speedboat, one foot on the barge.
Well, it is funny you say that, because I would say, as much as there's an explosion of fintech firms focused on what we're doing, we are still, I would suggest, underserved by technology, or certainly the application of technology. Mm-hmm. And we've been using for those of you familiar with Michael Lewis's book Moneyball, or I suppose more importantly, Brad Pitt's appearances in Moneyball the movie, that measuring of what athletes do. Now, obviously, baseball, football are all multi-billion-dollar enterprises, so there's a reason to apply the level of technology. But if you think about the way that they apply data to what they do, whether it's, I'll say John is a Massachusetts native, although he's in Tampa now. Tom Brady, he looks at film and data on a Monday morning, and it shows him where his arm slot was when he threw one of his passes. They would break it down to that level of detail. Mm-hmm. For us not to apply some of the same thought process, some of the same tools, some of the same data analytics to retirement assets or endowment assets that are so valuable to so much of the population.
Yes.
I mean, that is reckless if we're not doing that. So I think we've got I would say even a moral obligation. I had an old boss that said, when someone would say it's not a matter of life and death what we do, and he said that is true, but if we do our job well, the that part of life right before death will be a lot more comfortable for a lot more people. And at the time I thought he was being flippant. The more I think about it, it's true. We're more and more reliant on the markets to drive retirement assets. So most people move, certainly in the private sector, move out of defined benefit plans into defined contribution. They are more heavily reliant on the markets to deliver, and good investment decisions to deliver, a comfortable retirement.